What a joy to hear from you. And thank you for requesting a Kelly's Osho Zen reading. So let's get started. The theme for this reading, and keep in mind this reading is valid for the next 2 weeks, unless you get a major arcana card, which I call a big deal card, which I'll point those out, which says this is more of a process, but generally these readings are valid for 2 weeks. So let's see what the theme is. Intensity. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about you. But up until recently, as in like a week ago, things got really intense on all levels, meaning physically intense, spiritually intense, emotionally intense, intellectually intense. So this is an intense period, and I don't know if you follow astrology and all that stuff, but do your homework. There was just a lunar eclipse on the 8th, which I happened to, every time I was on the train the night of the lunar eclipse. So I was on the train from Savannah to Washington, D.C., and literally every time I worked out, it peeked out the window, the moon was looking at me. There's also a solar eclipse coming up later this month. Mercury is in retrograde. I mean, astrologically, even if you don't believe in that shit, just know that it's an intense period on this planet, and it's being played out through wars, natural disasters. Hello, Ebola showed up again. Yeah. But the good news is this is all temporary, and hopefully this will just speed up all these processes for us. So instead of taking decades and generations, how about let's get this shit done now, like in the month of October. So anyways, just know it's an intense period for everyone, so be gentle with yourself and know that this is very short term. So let's go into yin and see what's going on here. This is what's going on in your mind right now. Okay, the miser card. Okay, this says you're not totally sharing what you're really thinking, what you're really feeling with others. And this is what I mean when I talk about radical honesty. Radical honesty is really speaking your truth, and sometimes that other people don't like our truth because it is in conflict with their motives, agenda, goals. So this is kind of like, okay, you are having certain thoughts and feelings and you are suppressing them, you are hiding them from others, and that, though, and I mean we all do this, and my goodness, we've been conditioned to do it. Remember, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Well, guess what? If we followed that philosophy, well, black people would still be slaves. Women would still be chained at home. I mean, we would be back in the Dark Ages, basically. And I'm talking historically. So basically, all social change has been sparked by people speaking their truth, radical honesty, how they feel. This is what activists do. They're like, hey, look at that. That's fucked up. I'm sorry, but that's fucked up. So on that level, practice, little by little, really speaking your truth, what you really feel, saying no when you really don't want to do something, letting someone know when they've stepped over a boundary, saying, hey, that makes me feel, you know what? Whatever you said or did is not making me feel good, and I may not be able to explain it right now, but it's not making me feel good. Perhaps there's another way you can say that, or perhaps there's a more loving way you can say that. And then also go to the other side too. Don't withhold your love and joy. Don't dull your shine, your love and your shine, because other people, it makes them uncomfortable, or perhaps it makes them jealous, or perhaps it shows them, hey, um, you know, I tell my, do you know how many times I've had people say to me, what do you mean I'm not happy? And like, and I mean, it just makes me want to laugh, so share, practice, little by little, really sharing those true thoughts and opinions, even if it's even if you're worried that it might upset the other person. If it upsets the other person, that means you've said a truth and they recognize it, and they may need some time to look at that and process it. Or if it's not true, then it's a projection of yours, and you will know in their reaction. But anyways, I'll just leave that there. This is about more sharing the real you. That means in the workplace, that means speaking for animals on behalf of animals, even if it makes other people feel unpleasant. That's your job. You're a protector. So anyway, especially for animals and plants, and for people too, but I'm saying. Anyways, let's see what you're projecting out. This is your Yang card, what you're projecting out, so it'll be reflected back to you in the people that are showing up for you right now and situations. And you got the past lives card, and this is a big deal card. The past lives card works on several levels. Yes, it is talking about past lives things. So be aware that there are people in your life right now that are, you have karmic contracts with them. And if that means nothing to you, look it up. Look up karmic contracts and how they work. And part of my job, by the way, and not everyone knows this or gets this, is that I do sign off and I'm a witness for karmic contracts. Which means that when I bring out the best in people, it means their contract is closed. And when I bring out the worst, well, they end up being shipwrecked on the side of an island in a biblical storm and lose absolutely everything. So, look up karmic contracts. Know that a lot of past life stuff is playing out right now. And the more you become aware of this, I don't know if you get an opportunity to do a past life regression, but you really don't have to do that stuff. Because, if you want me to get really deep and quantum on you right now, you actually have been absolutely every person in history that ever existed, and it's all happening right now. But that's me being total quantum crazy. But I'll just leave that there. But on a more 3D level, on a more immediate level, this is saying pay attention to patterns. Do you find yourself running, are you attracting the same man? Are you attracting the same neighbors? Are you attracting the same situations at work where you're not getting appreciated or valued or not respect, whatever? If you see any patterns of things repeating themselves, know that that's a past life thing giving you an opportunity to change it. And the way you can change and alter karmic contracts and patterns that you see going on in this lifetime is to change your response. So if your response to someone condescending to you, speaking to you in a way that is not respectful in any way, is silence, and it keeps happening over and over again, perhaps in the workplace, know that in order to change that pattern, all you have to do is change your response. You can yell, you can bark, you can use sign language, you can laugh at them, you can say, wow, you must really be unhappy, because a happy person wouldn't speak to another person. There's a million options. If you just tweak your response a little bit, that changes the pattern, it stops. So that's a little trick. And these will be showing up over and over again. So notice them when you're like, oh, this is happening again. This is happening again. And then don't freak out. Just go, okay, how would I normally respond to this? And go, okay, well, my normal response is silence, which I'm getting that from the miser card, not really speaking your mind. And to change it, you would turn around and be like, I'm going to speak my truth. You know what you just said was incredibly sexist. And I'm not going to take it personally, because I know this is about you and how you view it. So clearly you've been hurt by the other sex, and I just want healing for you. and walk away. Dude, that shit will stop immediately. So anyways, I'm just putting that out there. Okay, next let's see what your inner homework is, your to-do card. Oh, you got the nothingness card, which is another big deal card. Okay, this is nothingness in the Zen definition. This is saying do not be attached to anything. Okay, and people just really, I mean, yeah, maybe the Dalai Lama and some people have, but this means not being attached to your family. It means not being attached to your job. That means if you lost your job tomorrow, you'd be like, okay, well, clearly this frees me up for something new and exciting. Maybe something new and exciting that involves animals. This frees me up. Or do not be attached to any of our relationships. And any of our things, our homes, because that's where people get enslaved and trapped, and and then when it's taken away, that's where suffering comes from. The reality is everything will be taken away. People call it death, and most people fear that, even though they don't realize that that is the ultimate transition to an entirely new level of consciousness and experience. And guess what? You don't have to pay bills and all that bullshit up there. Over there. It's not up. It's everywhere. Anyways, nothingness. I would suggest do some homework, like look this up on the internet. You'll see definitions of nothingness from Alan Watts, from Zen masters, from scientists, from physicists. Exciting. Carl Sagan, like if you listen to him talk about nothingness and then you listen to Ram Dass, guess what? Ultra mind scientist, ultra mystical spiritual dude saying the same thing. Anyways, this is a fascinating. This says you're walking into real Zen. So it's gonna get crazy. Anyways, let's see what's going on at work and home. Postponement. Okay, this says you are postponing decisions, and that's a good thing. Just no need, just you're in big transition here. So postpone any major decisions until you get more information. You need more information. Let's go to heart card. You're gonna like this one. You got the Lover's card. Okay, and just so you know, this is a big deal card. So this is not a temporary. So this says that your soulmate is present. Now, let's not assume it's whatever person you're with right this moment. Well, I mean, technically they are a soul, but I mean like twin flame, like big lover, like the one, is present. This person is in your life, but may not physically be around you. So this person, this is what is guiding you right now. So I can't wait to hear if you have any ideas who this person may be. And like I said, it might not be the person that you're spending your most time with right now. It might be someone else, but this person will be showing up. If he hasn't recently, he will be showing up, and it may not be obvious, but go by what you feel. Okay, so this is, keep me posted on this. And just for the record, every time, this is a very rare card, and when it does show up, ask my friend Kat and Ashley, literally within a couple of weeks, these amazing relationships. So it's coming. And how exciting. Anyways, next card is your mind spirit card, and you got projections. So this is a note. We see what we want to see. So if we are looking for love, we see love. If we're not in a good mood, we project our fears and on others too, and people do it all the time. And the trick to figuring out if it's your projection or their projection is, for example, if someone says something to you and it upsets you, then that means there is some truth there. And then if they say something and you just know it's not true, you'll just blow it off like, oh, okay. Like if someone was like, Kelly, you're a serial killer, I'd be like, no, like, because it's not true. We only feel it when it's true. Now realize that a lot of people are acting out of their own projections. Don't get caught up in that trap. Just stand back, hold space, let them get it out, see what's in there for you, what's the lesson in there for you. And the lesson in there for you may be to speak up, and maybe call them out. Who knows? Be like, no, that's not me. I think you're confusing me with yourself. It's called a projection. It's Psychology 101. Look it up. But sometimes there is some truth there for us. And again, you will know there's some truth there for you if you feel it, like if it hurts. So again, this just calls you back to speaking your truth and recognizing when we are projecting, when others are projecting, which is pretty much all the time, by the way. So let's see what the conclusion is. Participation. Okay, this is like, yes, get out there and play. Do the stuff. Be more stuff that moves you, that inspires you, that makes you come alive. Do more of it. Get out there. Meet more light workers. There's so many communities. I don't know if I've introduced you to the Spirit Ill group. There's so many great people, positive influences, people who speak this language, and you're just going to have a great time with them. So get out there and play, whatever play looks like to you. So I hope this reading has given you some clarity, and I cannot wait to hear some feedback, and I especially want to hear your ideas about this. But like I said, it may not be obvious right now, so we shall see. I'm excited for you. Okay, ciao.